Welcome back to Two Brothers Comics. I'm Dustin, and today I want to talk to you guys about some awesome Turtles books you might not know were so awesome. If you want to see which ones I'm talking about, hit the like button while the intro plays. Stay tuned. Now, we all know when we're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first, second, and third prints of issue number 1, those are big books. We know that issue number 2 is a big book. We know Raphael number 1 is a big book. Now, let me talk to you guys about some books you may not know are actually really cool and important to turtle collectors as far as comics go or just in general. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is issue number 1. I want to talk about the 5th printing. Now, like I said, we all know about the first, second, and third printing, even the 4th printing because it's the 4th printing. But that 5th printing, if you look at this is definitely hands down after the first printing cover. This is the best cover for issue number 1, hands down. And that's one reason people really like it, and it's gotten to be a very sought after book. There is not a ton of them out there in super high grade. So if you're able to obtain one, or if you have one, it's definitely something to be proud of. I know I'm actively looking for one. To me, I would trade 5 4th prints for a really nice copy of the 5th print. That's how much I like that cover better, and I'm not the only person who feels that way. There's a lot of people out there who really just absolutely love the artwork on this cover. It's got almost the wraparound style to it. That red just kind of sets it off. It's a great cover, so make sure that you're out there when you're digging for Turtles books. Keep an eye out for this one. This is definitely one that you're going to have in your collection, man, because it's a great cover. Now, the next issue I want to talk about is the 3rd printing of issue number 2. Now, we know issue 2 is the first appearance of Baxter Stockman, April O'Neil, and the Mousers, but the 3rd printing of issue number 2 actually shows the first cover appearance of April O'Neil. Now, the first print of issue number 3 came out in September of 1984, and the 3rd print came out in December of 1984, so just a few months apart. Now, the cover for the 3rd print is going to be easily recognizable because the 2nd print looks almost identical. It may be identical to the 1st print, showing the black cover with the blue Mauser, and you've got the turtle's reflection in the shield of the Mauser. But the 3rd printing, it's going to show a completely different cover featuring April O'Neil. And we know first appearances are always something people look for and you want to have in your collection, but first cover appearances are also something very important. If you look at Wolverine, the first cover appearance actually is more important to most everybody than the actual first appearance of Wolverine. So I'm not saying that's the case here. I think here the right book gets the absolute amount of credit that it deserves, unlike Hulk 180, but it is still a really cool one to have because it is a first cover appearance on a reprint of the first appearance. Now, the next one I want to talk about, this one is a big one, and it's kind of hard to spot, and you may actually have it and not know it if you're not aware of it. This is issue number 3. Now, issue number 3 had a 500 copy print run set for the New York ComiKon that year, and what it was there's actually a printing defect. If you look behind the van on the cover here, you're going to see the Laird's Auto Body Shop sign, and it's going to have this weird white color to it for these 500 copies. Now, if you put that side by side with the print run that actually got released and sent to print a few months later on, that was the actual first print run, those are actually going to have a way more blue tint on the sign there. And I'm telling you guys, this makes a big difference. Now, this is something really cool if you have one, because they had 500 of these printed from New York Comic-Con, and then the rest were all printed with that all blue sign. So make sure you check your copies out, because the difference it makes as far as a 9.8 price-wise is pretty hefty. So if you look at issue number 3, the first printing, and a 9.8, Go Collect has it right now at about $575. Now, if you have that error print It's actually running at about $3,200 in a 9.8. So make sure you check your copies of TMNT number 3. If you think you have a first print, you may actually have that New York ComiKon 500 print run variant with the air color on it. So check out that copy if you have one and see which one you got. I'd love to know if anybody watching the video, if you check your copies and you find one and didn't know you had it, please let me know. I would love to know, because that would be super cool to know that you had that the whole time and you had no idea. Next up, we're going to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 4. Now, issue number 4 was the very last of the magazine size covers, but that's not what's cool about it. What's cool about it is there was actually a variant. There's actually 2 variants. So we're going to talk about the first one here, and this is going to be a misprinted cover. Now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 4, the second print, was initially sent to print at the same time that Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 1 was sent to print. What happened was they took the cover for Tales of TMNT number 1 and actually printed it for TMNT number 4, the second printing. So there's about 1,000 copies apparently that survived after they noticed it, and they absolutely recalled everything that they could, destroyed them. And now there's about 1,000 copies apparently that got stuck out in the wild out there. And it's really hard to tell the difference between the Tales of TMNT number 1 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 4, the second printing. The only difference is going to be the Tales of. And sometimes, I'm telling you guys, it happens to me all the time. I'll be looking and I'll find that Tales of TMNT number 1, and I have to like really focus my eyes to see the Tales of TMNT number 1, because I always think, oh my gosh, look, this is it. This is number 4. This is number 4, the second print. And then I look closer and I'm like, no, it's not. And I know I'm not the only one that does that, because I've heard of the people that have had that problem too. I think your heart just wants your eyes to see what you want it to see. But if you have one of those, if you look really good and you know that it does not say Tales of on that issue number 4, you may have yourself something awesome there. So let me tell you what the difference is here. For that one, on the first print of issue number 4 in a 9.8, Go Collect says right now it's about $475. Now, that second print, the 1,000 print run error copy in a 9.8, Go Collect says right now is about $1,750. So it's a really awesome book to have. It's very sought out by turtle collectors all across the board. I don't have one. I don't know that I can fork the money out for one, but it'd be something really cool to own. So check your covers. Even if you think it's a Tales of TMNT number 1, double check and make sure, because who knows? Maybe you accidentally picked up a number 4. Maybe it slipped through somebody else's hands and you didn't notice it. I'd love to know if anybody has one though, because it's an awesome book to have. And the last one we want to talk about here is going to be the other second print cover for issue number 4. Now this was the intended cover for the second print of issue number 4, and it may look very recognizable to you because it was actually the image used for the Nintendo video game. So it is often referred to as the video game cover. And now this one here is another one that is very sought out. It's very, very hard to find, and very hard to find in good grade, really high quality without the spine ticks and color breaks. It's kind of hard to come on, and when you find one, if you can get it for a great deal, it's always a good idea to do that, especially if you're a turtle collector. In 9.8, they run about $1,300. That's a big difference from the $475 price point on a 9.8 first print. So this is another cover. The biggest reason why this one is so cool and people love it so much is because everybody loved that Nintendo game so much. And the fact that this is the image used for that game, it was on the box, it was on the cartridge, people just tend to gravitate towards it. Probably all nostalgic reasons, which, I absolutely understand as far as nostalgia goes, because most of what I collect is based on that. So that is definitely another one. Is a super huge book to have if you're a turtle collector or just a collector of comics in general. I hope you guys enjoyed this list of books. I do have some more turtle books I'm going to do and continue on this list. And I may do some other series and franchises. If you guys are interested in that, please drop a comment. Let me know. Let me know some franchises, some series that you would like me or Nick both to show some maybe some undervalued or unknown really cool covers or keys that we can come up with. So hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys did. I enjoyed putting this together. Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, we would love for you to consider doing that. You guys are the best part of Two Brothers Comics, and we always appreciate you. Guys, always remember, collect your way.